How many burgers can you realistically order at a fast food restaurant? Do restaurants limit you on how much you can actually spend? Also, is it possible to order 200 drinks from Starbucks at once? Well, do not worry, because today I am testing the absolute limits of your favorite fast food restaurants and discovering how well they respect their customers. As a disclaimer, this is going to get intense, and for legal reasons, this is for educational purposes only, so do not harass your local restaurants and fast food joints. But with that being said, we have a lot to get through, so grab a cup of joe and let's do this. All right, so the first one, we're going to start off with McDonald's, which is the most popular restaurant in America, and I'm gonna be honest, I haven't had McDonald's in 5 years, so I don't really know what to order, but that's not my job to know what to order. We're just trying to break their website. All right, so what am I feeling today? Usually when I go to McDonald's, I usually get a McChicken, so let's get a McChicken. Let's really pack this thing. Let's get extra shredded lettuce. 69 cents for some extra lettuce is kind of crazy. I don't even know why they even charge for that. Let's get extra mayonnaise, because it's not like they don't put enough on there already. Let's add an extra patty on there, make it a double, get some bacon on there, some American cheese. Why not add some pickles, some tomatoes, all the extra stuff. And on top of that, let's get a Diet Coke, because we're watching our calories. Ooh, recommended desserts. I want an Oreo McFlurry. I want that in a regular, of course, you know, you can't go small. You know what? Let's get a Biscoff McFlurry too. Why not? Let's see. Hot fudge sundae. I need that. Let me get some extra fudge in there too. Why not? And you know what? Let's just top it off with a chocolate milkshake. Okay, so for our one McChicken alone, that was originally $4, is now $37.86. You know, let's just add a couple of these. And can I just, okay, well, I have to get a one. So can I just, wait a minute. Can I just 90? Oh my God, I can get 199 McChicken meals for $2,000. All right. We just add that to cart. Jesus. Okay. Oh, maximum limit order is $500. You're telling me so I have a $500 limit on what I can order? No, that's crazy. So if I wanted to get 200 McChickens for catering or something like that, it's $2,000. But I have a $500 limit. So that's our max right there, is $500. Does McDonald's just not want my money or something? I'm willing to drop 2 bands on them. I wonder if I call the McDonald's store if they would let me order more than $500.
Mop at McDonald's, do you like speaking? How can I help you?
Hi, I was planning on putting in a pretty big order, and I was kind of wondering what's like the most amount of money I could spend.
As much as you want. Like, if you do a big order, it might take longer, but no limit.
So if I wanted to put in an order for like $2,000, that would perfectly be okay?
That'll be fine. It'll just be probably like a giant weight.
Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. I was just wondering if there was a limit on how much I could pay.
Is there some day you're planning on doing this?
Not quite sure. Just probably somewhat within the next, somewhat around a month. I just wanted to kind of get a general idea.
Are you planning on doing like a breakfast one or a dinner one?
A dinner one.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. You just need, if you let us know in advance, we can I can probably schedule more people, so it won't be as long as the wait.
Okay, like I would definitely call in ahead of time. I'm not quite sure exactly when it'd be or if we're gonna go completely through with it. But I just want to get clarification on and if there was a limit on how much money we could spend.
Absolutely not. If you're willing to wait, we're willing to do any big order you need.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Have a good night.
You too. Take it easy. Okay, so there you go. There's no limit that you can spend at McDonald's, but you are limited to $500 online, which I guess kind of makes sense. So you're not spamming their website and putting in fake orders, which is cool to know. So if you want to spend an unholy amount of money, you can do so. It's kind of crazy. You can just spend $10,000 at McDonald's and they just won't even question you. They just don't even care. The guy just seems so carefree about it. He's like, yeah, you can just spend as much money as you want. All right, so the next restaurant we got is Burger King, and I honestly don't mind Burger King. I think it's pretty good from the times that I've had it. I usually just get a Whopper with some fries, and I've never had a problem. But let's see how much we can spend here on their website. All right, so what should we get here? Let's get ourselves, why not? Let's get ourselves a triple Whopper. I'm feeling a little bit meaty today. Let's make this a large combo meal. Why not? Let's get some cheese and bacon on there. You know, really just ramp it up. Get all the extra good stuff. Yep, I'm good with that. Well, let's get some, I don't know. Let's get some 12-piece chicken fries, and let's also get a drink. Let's get a large Diet Coke because we're watching our calories. All right, what else? Let's go. What's in the limited time only? Oh, city minis. Yo, that sounds fire. Let me get can I get 10 of these? Okay, I'm only limited at 9. Okay, so we're already being limited on what we can and cannot order. I don't know. I'm still feeling a little bit hungry. What about digital exclusives? What can I not get anywhere else? A Wrap Flow Trio. Let's get like 8 of those. Why not? Let's throw those in there. All right. What about our sides? Get a large fry. Okay. So far, not so bad. We need some onion rings too. Getting a large order of those. God, can you imagine if someone actually ooh, zesty dipping sauce? Yeah, I'm feeling a little zesty today. Let's do it. All right, so how are we doing on the cart so far? Sign up or sign in. I don't want perks. I just want to view my cart. Can I view my cart? I don't want to make an account. Flubber Dubber McNugget at gmail.com. Sure. Do I really need to make an account for all this? All right, so far we're only at $214, so we could probably get a little bit more. Okay, well, we're gonna have to wash this down with some milkshakes here. So let's see. Let's get ourselves a classic Oreo. Gotta get 9 of those. Then what's like the most expensive thing on their menu here? The ultimate wrap party. Okay, well, we need to get some of these here. Let's see. Let's order 9 of these. So our previous order that we had before we started adding more stuff cost the same amount as 9 of those meals alone. All right, we got 69 items in our cart. We're still good. I'm pretty sure we can still keep going. So far, there's no limit on Burger King's website. I'm gonna try to get to $1,000. If we can spend $1,000 on Burger King's website, I'm gonna call that a W. Some chocolate chip cookies. Oh, dude, I'm a sucker for some chocolate chip cookies. Let me get some of those. Yeah, let me just rack that up too. I'll put these down by myself alone. $20 for 9 chocolate chip cookies. I feel kind of robbed with that one, but you know what? It's for a good cause. Okay, well, I pressed add. Okay. We're getting slower. Burger King's really starting not to like us anymore. Okay, well, we're over the $1,000 limit. I can't press continue. So I wonder if I delete some things off of here, or if $1,000 is the exact limit that you can spend online. Okay, so I found the problem. We can't order the ultimate bundle, apparently, for whatever reason. I don't know why. Okay, so that's the only thing we can't order online, apparently. I removed that and one other item that was $30, so that would still put us roughly around $1,000 online order. So I'm gonna say it's safe to say that you can spend as much money as you want at Burger King online. So if I press continue, is it gonna let me pay? That's crazy. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna say that Burger King has no limit and you can order as much as you want from Burger King's website. All right, the next restaurant we got is Subway, and I don't really know too much about Subway other than they had this incident with the CEO a few years ago and children. But other than that, the times that I've had Subway, I feel like it's been pretty good and pretty decent, but it's not always my first pick of sandwich restaurants. But for the most part, I always remember it being pretty good as a kid and pretty nostalgic. All right, so what do we got on Subway's menu today? We got ourselves a limited time cranberry sauce and herb stuffing. And that sounds absolutely disgusting, but you know what? We're gonna order it anyways because we're here to break their website. Let's see, what am I feeling? I'm feeling a little turkey ham Kenny today. I have no idea what that is, and I honestly don't even want to know what it is, but yeah, let's make that a meal deal. Let's rack up this bill. Do I get to know what's on this sandwich? Oh, it's an oven roasted turkey ham, tender rotisserie style chicken, Monterey cheddar, herb stuffing, spinach, onions, sweet cranberry sauce, and mayo served on our freshly baked hearty multi-grain bread. That sounds absolutely abysmal, and that even looks disgusting. This honestly looks like it would stuff my insides, but hey, we're not here to judge on appearance. We're here to judge what's on the inside. So we're gonna order this as a foot long. We're gonna get that toasted. Can I order anything extra and rack up this bill? I want double protein, $4. Yes, please. I want extra cheese. Yeah, rack that thing up with stuffing, bacon, avocado, smashed avocado, and pepperoni. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't even imagine ordering this. Does that put us at $32 now? Okay. What do they even got at Subway now? What else is on here besides subs? Do we got do they still serve pizzas anymore? Back in the day, they used to sell pizzas at Subway, which I thought was, kind of weird, because why would you sell pizza at a sub place? That's like selling spaghetti at a burger restaurant. Okay, real quick, Subway, we need to have a talk, because what is the difference between a salad and a protein bowl? This looks almost the exact same. How much is a protein bowl? $12 for one protein bowl. Whoa, too many items to provide with you for the best ordering experience. We've restricted orders to limited sandwiches, salads, and drinks. What do you mean? Wraps. Give me a wrap. I want chicken bacon ranch. I know, yeah, too many items, but you just told me that it's fine. So I don't know whether to believe you or not, because if I go to view bag again and I go to check, I'm at 20 items. Okay, so too many items. Okay, at this point, I don't really know what the true restriction is here. Okay, so I'm gonna roughly say that you can only order 20 things from Subway online and give or take spend a total about $100 on their website. But let's see how much we can spend if we call in an order.
Wait, how can I help you?
Hi, I was wondering, is there a limit on how much money I could spend?
Like how big of an order we could take right now? That would probably be about the only limit. The amount of bread we have, or the amount of cookies we have, or something. That's about all that we could sell.
Okay, but just for kind of like future reference, like I'm having like this really big family event. We're going to the hospice center to go check up on a family member, and if I wanted to put in a future order and kind of spend like maybe roughly at most $2,000, would that be possible?
I don't think at this location. This is just a smaller Subway. We're located inside of a gas station.
Okay, do you maybe roughly know the estimate on how big of an order that I could call in at another store?
No, I would not know that.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Have a good one. Oh my God, she sounded more baked than the bread. I guess that one's my fault for calling a gas station Subway. Let me call another one, see what they say.
Subway, this is...
Hi, I was wondering if there was a limit on how much money I could spend.
No.
Not right now. Like, if I wanted to put in a big order for future reference, like if I could spend roughly around like $1,000 on sandwiches for an event, would I be able to do that?
Yeah, you just have to at least let me know a couple days in advance.
Okay, so if I wanted to order more than that, hypothetically, is there like an absolute limit on how much money I could spend?
No, I can make you whatever you want.
All right, awesome. You have a great night. Okay, well, there you go. You can roughly only spend $100 online, but if you wanted to spend well over $1,000 at a Subway, you just got to call it in. All right, next up on the list is Five Guys, which in my opinion is a top 5 burger restaurant. And as you can see, a classic combo is $13.99, which is almost the same price as a bacon cheeseburger from Burger King, which is kind of crazy if you ask me, because Burger King is supposed to be cheap and Five Guys is a little bit more on the expensive side, which is perfect for us because we're going to see how much money we can spend at Five Guys. All right, let's see. What do I want? I want a bacon cheeseburger, please. I don't need anything specific unless it costs extra money, which I don't see anything that does because I'm pretty sure all their extras are free. So I'm going to add that to my bag here. And then can I, if I go to bed, can I just double it? Oh, I can. Let's go. Let me just rack this up. Can I keep going? Can I type in a number here? No, I can't. Can it, is this going to let me keep going? Hold on. It just keeps going. Is there a limit here? Is like 100 a limit? I kind of hope 100 is the limit because I would like to spend money on something else here. And okay, yeah, so 99 is the limit on how much you can put in for one singular item. All right, that's kind of crazy. You're telling me 100 burgers is $1,400. Whew. Okay, well, I also want a few sides of large fries, please. Okay, so for 100 people to eat one meal from Five Guys is going to cost you about $2,300 so far. I'm really starting to think there's no limit here. If I can buy like 1,000 of each item at Five Guys, that's actually kind of insane. I mean, at this point, I'm just going to keep going down the list and of the stuff they have to order and just to see how much I can actually spend. All right, well, so far we have almost 600 items in our bag so far, and we're at about $6,500 worth of Five Guys, and that's just from ordering burgers alone. I have yet to look what else is on the menu because they also have hot dogs, which I don't know why you would go here to go get a hot dog. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had a hot dog cut the long way. Like, this just kind of looks wrong. Like, I don't know if I would ever eat a hot dog. Would this be considered sideways? I feel like you already eat a hot dog sideways because it's from here to here, not from here to here, but it's filleted open. So is that, you know what? I don't even know. But you know what? I might as well add 100 hot dogs. I mean, if I can spend $10,000 at Five Guys, I feel like there's not going to be a limit here because we're almost at, I think, 7,000 now, which is kind of crazy to think about. If you spend $10 on this hot dog, you order 100 of them, you're already at $1,000 for some hot dogs. Okay, so can I check out with $7,500 worth of stuff? When do I want it? There's no way they're taking this ASAP, or else I totally would. I want it by Tuesday, December 16th. So they got roughly about a week to make my order. And I want it all at 9:15 in the morning. And then I want it by 9:15 in the morning. I want first shift working overtime. Okay, now this is crazy. You must be hungry. Next time, give our catering menu a try. It features bundles and other options for group events. Oh my God. There's no way Five Guys just called me fat. Yeah, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Here's a $1,500 tip. Okay, so I think it's pretty safe to say that there's no limit on how much you spend at Five Guys as long as you give them a well in advance notice. All right, now we have Starbucks, which if you didn't know, Starbucks has 40,000 locations worldwide and 18,000 in the US and Canada combined. All right, let's see. What do I want? I've been hitting the gym recently, so I think I'm going to get a protein beverage. I think a iced vanilla protein latte sounds quite nice at 6:18 o'clock at night. All right, let's see. I want a venti, and then I want 12 pumps of vanilla syrup with 12 shots of espresso. Then add-ins. Do I want ice? No, I want light ice. I want you to count the cubes. Oh wait, hold on. I could add more stuff to this. Oh, say less. Okay, I want brown sugar syrup. I want 12 of that, and then I want some pecan syrup, and I want 12 of those. Teas? I think so. I want 12 pumps of chai latte. All right, add to my order. How much is that going to cost me? All right, so this is going to cost me $20 alone for an iced vanilla protein latte. Can I add more to... Oh, I can. All right, yeah, rack that up. I'm just going to keep pressing until it won't let me click anymore. It's loading. Just give it a second. It's a little, this needs patience. Page unresponsive. I actually broke Starbucks website. Nah, this is crazy. I actually broke it. I can't do nothing. Yeah. All right. Exit page. Oh, great. Great. I broke it. All right. Well, so far I got 12 items in there and we're sitting at $150. All right. Well, with all this coffee and protein, we're going to need to, you know, get some more food in our system. We can't just drink our calories and our protein. We actually got to eat some calories in our protein. So we're going to get ourselves a double smoked bacon cheddar egg sandwich. You just add this to my order. There's a 12 item max for a single order. Really? Are you sure about that? Because I'm about to pick up this phone right now and we're about to find out.
Hello? How can I help you?
Hi, I was wondering, what's the maximum amount of items I can order?
You can order like however many you want. However, if it is a large order, we do ask that like people let us know ahead of time.
That's probably what I would do, would order at a later date, but I was just kind of curious because we're having this big party for my grandmother and she loves coffee. So I was wondering if I would be able to spend roughly about like maybe like $1,000 at one point if I put it in like a large order.
I'm honestly not sure. You might want to here. Let me see when my like manager works. She might know more details. I don't think we've ever had an order that big before, but let me see. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I'm making this poor girl's night a living nightmare. Okay. Do you happen to know just maybe just a rough estimate on like how much like a typical limit would be?
Oh, limit. Well, I think the biggest order I've ever taken out of Starbucks was like $200. I would say anything bigger than that, it would just take us a very, very, very long time to make them. And I'm just not sure like how long they would be good for before they would all be done. Because of like how many orders we also get throughout the day.
Okay, yeah, that's totally understandable. So you would just say hypothetically that there is no limit. I can just order as much as I would want.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you just give us like a good amount of time, like maybe just call the day before and like you could give us your order and maybe we could start it. But I would call tomorrow morning just to get a more clear answer.
Thank you so much. You have a great night.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
All right. So there's your answer. There is no limit on how much you can spend at Starbucks. They may give you a hard time on what you can and can't order, but from what we got from her, there's no limit. So if you wanted to spend $1,000, $2,000 at Starbucks, they might look at you funny and sound very confused on the phone, but there's no limit. Just know that if you want to put in that kind of order, you got to call the phone because you're only limited to 12 items on their website. Next up, we have Whataburger, which I have actually never had in my life because I don't live near a Whataburger. So I just know they're a close competitor with Five Guys and In-N-Out. So we're about to see what they have to offer. Okay, so Whataburger is honestly known for their burgers, and I'm not gonna lie, this burger looks dry as hell. All right, so what do I want? I want the triple meat Whataburger, okay? And then I just want the Whataburger only because we're gonna have plenty of stuff to order, unless I can order extra stuff. Oh, I could. Oh, okay. Give me 8 patties for $10 extra. I'll take that. Okay. And then I want American cheese. I want bacon and I want jalapenos. Max that out too while you're at it. Then I want some Monterey Jack. I really want to feel my arteries pumping. This is a $45 burger already. All right. And then I want a frosted berry, whatever that is. Give me that. 20 ounce. French fries? Yes. Large. Apple slices, please. I'm being health conscious. Give me 4 of those with also a side of onion rings. Then why can I buy a whole jalapeno? I mean, okay, I don't know why anyone would just order a single whole jalapeno, but you know, I'm not here to judge. And then I want a hot piping steaming apple pie with a cinnamon roll to go with that. Maybe 4, and then I want 4 brownies next to 4 chocolate chip cookies for $109. Online ordering isn't available at this location. What do you mean? I'm gonna scour the entire state of Texas until I can find myself a Whataburger that'll take my order. Perfect. I want you to rack up my order. I want as much stuff as you can possibly give me. I feel like the cap of this is going to be 99. There's no way it's not. Unless I can go more. I can go more. I can keep going. It doesn't stop. It does. I don't think there's a limit here. Hold on a minute. There's no way. It just keeps going. We're at $30,000 worth of Whataburger. I'm not going to lie. I kind of feel like I'm playing cookie clicker right now for just spamming the plus button. This is kind of ridiculous. Okay, so we're at 500 items with a grand total of $60,057.10. You know, honestly, all of that for 13,000 calories, I feel like is pretty good. If you have an account, sign in. No, I don't want to continue as guest. Oh my God, I can actually go through with it. Credit or debit card? Yeah, okay. So there is absolutely no limit on how much money you can spend at Whataburger. If you want to spend 100 grand, you can definitely spend 100 grand at Whataburger. That's actually crazy. Now, I don't know who in their right mind would even spend $1,000 at a fast food restaurant, let alone $100,000, but hey, to each their own. All right, now we have Taco Bell, which I feel like is everyone's favorite late night meal. And sometimes I feel like I spend more time on the toilet than I do actually eating the Taco Bell itself. And this is something I feel like you should know. Don't eat Taco Bell before you go get a colonoscopy. Don't ask me how I know this. I feel like this one's gonna be a little bit harder because most of the items on Taco Bell are relatively cheap. So I feel like racking up the bill is gonna be a little bit harder than I anticipated. All right, so let's see. What can I get here? And oh my God, $7 for one Gordita Crunch. I want 50. Then I want 50 Chalupa Supremes. Then I'd also like 50 cheesy bean and rice burritos. Oh, you're probably wondering, Tony, what do you get from Taco Bell? Usually my go-to order is a chicken quesadilla. And you know, sometimes I like to razzle dazzle in some Crunchwrap Supremes. I feel like you can never go wrong with a good old Crunchwrap Supreme, a nice classic from the Taco Bell menu. And then, you know what? I'm gonna get some Nacho Bel Grandes, even though I've never ordered these in my life. I think I've had them on as a side at one point when I was a child. But you know what? Why not try to get them today for only $419.50? Ah, why not? Let's get some beefy 5-layer burritos in here too. All right, what else should we get? Let's get some nacho fries. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. I don't understand the hype around nacho fries, but if you guys indulge on these, let me know. And why you like them so much. All right, what about dessert? I think you can't go wrong with dessert. Do they still have the Cinnabon Delights? Oh, and they do. Fun fact, in high school, we used to slam boxes of these. All right, so we're sitting at roughly $3,500. And if I can view bag and check out, then I'm going to say that there's no limit at Taco Bell either if I can pay. That's embarrassing. Something went wrong. Let's try again. So I guess I'll try to remove some items then. Okay, so we roughly found how much you can order on Taco Bell's website, which is just about 200 items, which you may be able to order more if the website doesn't crash on you. But for the sake of the video, we're going to say that you can only order 200 items. But that's just on the website. So we're going to call Taco Bell and see how much we can actually order over the phone. Hi, I was wondering if there was a limit on how much food or how much money I could spend on an order.
No.
So if I wanted to spend $1,000 with 500 items, that would be possible?
If you do, I would like, well, it'll just be, obviously, if you do it at the store, we can get to the store, it'll just be a little second, like, just try to be patient with us while we make it, but...
Oh, yeah, definitely. It wouldn't be till about next month or something like that.
Next month?
Yeah, just right. I just wanted to get an estimate of how much a limit would be, or if there was one.
Oh, no, so no limit. What would be ideal? Just try to call, like, a week ahead or something like that, so that way we can, like, have it wrote down and I can kind of prepare and schedule ahead, so I can make sure I got the staff and, you know, we ready to go, and then we can get a payment set up. And then once it's paid for, we have no problem making it, having it ready for you guys, and we can have it ready for you to go right on time when you guys ask for it.
Perfect. That's it. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
Awesome. See you then. Thank you.
Yep. Take care. All right. So there you go. There is no limit of how much you can spend or how many items you can get at Taco Bell if you call the store. But if you don't pay ahead of time, they'll probably kick you to the curb. So next up, we have Wendy's, which, fun fact, there's only 7,000 locations around the world, which is kind of crazy because, in my opinion, I think is a top 5 fast food restaurant. So I would think they would have more locations. All right. So what should we order today? I'm feeling a little bit of a hamburger kind of vibe right now. I could honestly go for a Wendy's burger right now. I'm going to give myself a Dave's triple. Let's get ourselves a single item. So if I go to checkout, could I add more? Let's see. I can. All right. So the max limit I can buy per item is 10, which is fine because we're going to get way more, but that already alone is $100. All right. Then we're getting ourselves a Baconator, which, fun fact, I have never had. I know, kind of hard to believe. And then we're going to get 10 of those. It's a big order. Please keep your order under $150. Okay. So that is your limit right there for online ordering, is $150, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. I would think that a lot of these websites would have at least a $500 minimum for online ordering. But you know what that means? It's time to call Wendy's and see how much we can actually order. We're having a big quinceañera for my sister's daughter, and I was wondering what would be the limit on the amount of items that I could possibly order.
Honestly, I have no idea. I've been here for 6 years and I've never been asked that before.
Like, I guess there's a first for everything. I was just kind of wondering because we're gonna do
we got North Gateway who comes in here once a month and orders like 80 sandwiches at one shot.
So if I were to call ahead of time and say I wanted about roughly 200 items, would that be possible?
Everything's a possibility. Let me see when my GM is going to be in. He'll be in on the 11th.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's crazy that in 6 years that guy has been working there. He's never been... I mean, I guess it's not every day that you have an Italian guy call and ask if you can order as much as you want for your sister's daughter's quinceañera. But I mean, I can't. But he did give us our answer what we were looking for. There is also no limit on how much you can order at Wendy's. They do not care as long as you call in an order, because you can only order up to $150 on their website. All right, guys. Well, that was fun to go through. There's definitely a lot of restaurants out there that'll let you order more than others, but overall, I think that went well. So thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to see more content, click here or there. Subscribe before you head out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.